Careful not to tear or damage the gasket seam.
Now I'm going to show you a really good trick for installing the liner. You'll need a wet-dry shop vac, small piece of cardboard, and some duct tape. Place a piece of cardboard over the outside of the wall saver gasket you just installed and seal it in place using several lengths of duct tape. Now feed the hose from the shop vac into the skimmer return hole, down to within 8 inches or 20 centimeters of the sand cove. Don't put it too close or you'll suck up the sand. Now seal around the hole with duct tape.
After your liner has warmed up in the sun for a while, fold it up gently, carry it to the side of the pool, and place it carefully over the wall. It's important now to determine what kind of liner you're using. Check the edge of the liner. If it looks like this, you have a beaded liner. If it looks like this, that's a V-bead liner. And if there's no finished edge, you have an overlap liner.
If you're working with a V-bead liner, here's what you need to do. Pull up the edge of the liner and remove just 2 lengths of slotted tube and 1 tube connector. Hang the V-bead over the edge of the pool wall and replace the slotted tubes and connectors. Move to the next set of 2 tubes and repeat this process until the liner is hung completely over the pool wall and covered with slotted tubes and connectors. Make sure your shop vac is properly grounded and turn it on. What this will do is draw the air out from under the vinyl liner to get rid of wrinkles. Now adjust the position of the liner so that the curved bottom seam is centered on the cove at the base of the wall. You can make those adjustments with a soft bristled push broom. Use the broom to smooth out any wrinkles in the pool bottom. Once you have most of the wrinkles gone, you can start filling it with water. Remove the hose, duct tape, and covering from the skimmer and skimmer return holes.
It's time now to install the vertical columns. The columns you're using may be different from the ones for our pool, so be sure to read your installation manual for instructions. You can see that on the top of these columns there are 3 small holes, and on the bottom there are only 2. Place the bottom of the vertical over the tabs on the base plate.
Using a cordless screwdriver and self-tapping screws, you want to fasten the vertical to the base plate on both sides.
Okay, push it down just a bit. Beautiful.
Then we take a top plate like this one, put it on the outside of the column, hook it over the pool wall, and press it down into place over the vertical. Again, your top plates might be different from the ones we're using, so be sure to check your manual for complete instructions.
Now, you want to make sure that your verticals are perpendicular. You can do this by either using a carpenter's level or by aligning it with the ridges in the pool wall, like so. You're good to go. Then, fasten the top plate to the vertical with 3 self-tapping screws. All right, let's fasten the other verticals just the same way. Now it's time for the top rails. They have a long side and a short side. Make sure the short side goes on the inside of the pool. These top plates have holes marked A, B, and C. We're going to align the slots of the top rails over holes A.
Now we'll do the same thing at the other end of the rail, and then keep on going until we have all the top rails installed.
Or holes A. Now at this point, we've got all the top rails on, fastened loosely. We want to walk around the pool and fairly vigorously give the vertical a shape towards the top end. This will make sure that the pool settles into a perfect circle.
Now we're going to shift the rails into position so that they line up evenly and tighten the screws down firmly.
Every pool kit comes with a top connector. This is to cover up the joints in between the top rails. Now, your top connector will come with specific guides, but let's show you how ours goes on. They require the use of a special Tech screw, which you'll find in your top pack. Fasten the upper and lower halves of the top connector together using 2 Tech screws. Make sure you hold the 2 parts together very tightly as you do this.
Hook the upper half of the top connector over the inside edge of the top rail like this. Then gently spread the sides of the lower half over the rail, down over the vertical column, just like that. Line up the holes in the connector with the holes in the vertical and fasten with 2 self-tapping screws.
When installed properly, the top connector should not touch the pool wall. So make sure you examine this area carefully and ensure there is a gap. Insert the plug into the lower half connector to hide the screws and press it firmly into place.
To install the foot covers, use a screwdriver to loosen the 2 self-tapping screws at the bottom of each vertical by 2 full turns.
Now, if you look inside the foot cover, you'll see 2 corner hooks here and here, a center tab here. You'll also see 2 long side tabs. The corner hooks and center tab have to lock into these 2 notches and the rectangular slot in the vertical column. The long side tabs hook over the screws.
Slip the foot cover over the vertical column, then push the sides inward as you slide it down into place. Make the hooks fasten into the notches. Then insert a screwdriver through the holes in the foot cover and retighten the self-tapping screws.
Now, you can keep adding water up to the level of the skimmer opening while you're installing the skimmer, the pump, and the filter. Make sure you follow all the guidelines in the manuals for all of these components to ensure proper installation of the filtration system. The instruction manual has all the details on vacuuming, backwashing, and winterizing your pool. And be sure to follow all the procedures to make sure you maintain the proper pool chemistry.
Remember, your pool is only 4 feet or just over 1 meter deep. It's important that your pool users do not dive or jump into the pool. As a reminder, your pool kit comes with these safety stickers and a safety reminder sign. Peel and affix the stickers to the top rails at several places around your pool perimeter. Post the safety sign in a prominent place near the entry to your pool. And make sure you read all safety rules outlined in Section 1 of your pool manual.
All right, time for one last thing, to install our solar blanket. Okay, put it up. Okay.
Install the blanket on the pool bubble side down. Before trimming,
Nice.
the blanket should be left on the pool for a few days to allow wrinkles and folds to disappear. To avoid trimming it too small, the first cut should leave the blanket slightly larger. Then, make the final trim a few days later. Your solar blanket will increase your pool temperature by 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit, or 5 to 8 degrees Celsius. It'll also cut evaporation up to 95%. That means you won't be refilling your pool as often.
So, there we have it. Our finished pool, and it only took a couple of days to make. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, while the water's warming up, let's go put our suits on.
Sounds good, let's go.
Okay.